Hey, we all know how we're gonna die, baby. We're gonna crash and burn.
Alright guys, this week's first descent is Boris Karloff, Tales of Mystery. Not really sure what number this is, but it's from 1978. Just an awesome looking cover. So this week's video is a flea market haul. Basically a bunch of dollar books and one $4 book. Been hitting the flea markets up pretty heavily the past couple weeks. The weather's been nice. I'm gonna hopefully go again this weekend, probably when this video gets released. But there's been a lot of good deals there. Like I said, I haven't run into anybody that was really charging too much. Basically been all dollar books, except for the one book I paid, and it's one of the regulars that basically runs a comic shop at the flea market. But before we get to that, we gotta get to our two from the tomb. So this past couple of weeks, I've been literally digging through the tomb, just pulling out stuff I want to keep in my collection. So I pulled out this one. It's Friday the 13th from Wildstorm Comics, issue number 1. I'm basically looking for a recommendation of any of the slasher comics that were any good. They always seem to be so underwhelming to me. Because I have like Leatherface, I got a Chucky one, I got Friday the 13th. Is there anyone that can recommend any decent story ones? It always just seems like sort of like they put Jason's mask on there, or Jason on the cover, and it's like, I was reading through this story and it's like, okay, you know, we're here to see Jason Voorhees. Not character build here. World building. We just want to see him fuck some shit up. Like, this is like one of the only frames he's in. I'm sure this goes like 4 issues or something like that, but yeah, with an issue number 1, you basically have to, you know, draw the reader in, and I just feel always, like I said, I always feel underwhelmed with these kind of books. So if there's any anybody can recommend any good slasher comics with one of the popular characters like Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, all that stuff, please let me know down in the comments. So the second book I picked up, and I figured what a great way to finish off Free Comic Book Day month with another Free Comic Book Day. Like I said, I really don't keep my Free Comic Book Day books. There's a few I kept probably over the last 13, 14 years. Probably maybe like kept 6 or 7 for my personal collection. And this is one of them. Of course, it's Red Sonja with the Frank Thorne cover. Just love the way this book. This is like a, if you can find this, it's really worth picking up. I definitely want to find this, the original issue. I believe it's Marvel Features number 4 that has this cover on it. So we'll take a look inside. And as I was like looking through this, I just remembered how just decent these some of these Free Comic Book Day books are, especially like the non-DC and non-Marvel ones. So you basically get a reprint. It's, of course, it's updated. Man, Frank Thorne, man, he does such a good job too. I mean, so I'm interested to see what it looked like in the original format. This is basically modernized. Then there's another story. It's like a, I'm not sure if it says when it came out. It says Silent Running. Originally appeared in Red Sonja 1970, hashtag 1973. But yeah, just look at this, man. This is just fucking sick. So I'm definitely gonna probably try to put that run together. I think it's only 7 issues. I was looking at it on different websites, and this cover, definitely gonna try to get this one first. It's like I said, it's Marvel feature number 4. But that's the way a free comic book should be. Day should be a free comic book day book should be, I should say. Just an awesome book, and it's gonna stay in my collection. So it's not a book I'm gonna get rid of. So like I said, got a bunch of dollar books from the flea market. I'm gonna try to get some video footage one of these times, so I can do like some voiceover or something. Not a whole video, but as I'm talking like now. But again, bunch of dollar books, different vendors. I used to go to this flea market all the time back in a couple years ago, but then I stopped going for a little bit. But now I've been going basically every other week. So it's been a different. This is basically 2 weeks worth of hauls. Yeah, two weeks worth of hauls from about 3 or 4 different vendors. The first one is, I'm going to just show the $4 book. It's a Verotik book. So my dry spell is over. I finally found Verotik, a Verotik comic in the wild. It's one I already own, but I picked it up because the other one I have is already autographed. But this is Satanica X. It's not a kind of book I can open. But yeah, nice to have this in my collection. I think I've talked about this before, but with autograph books, I consider those separate from my main collection. So if anything I have autographed, I always try to replace with a non-signed copy, because to me a signed copy is basically a damaged book. And not that I'm some kind of high grade collector or anything like that, but to me I just think just signatures just damage the books. Yeah, I know it's not a normal take, but but yeah, finally glad to find a Verotik book in the wild. So maybe my luck is changing. Usually comes in spurts, So like I said, the rest of these were dollar books. First one I picked up, I don't own this book. It's Wonder Woman, issue number 7. It's the first appearance of the lady that becomes the 3rd cheetah, so I had to look that one up. But I remember it being but for $1 I just decided to pick it up because I don't own it. Plus, I got some George Perez art on it. You can't pass that up for $1. I wish they had more of these, but these were the only 2 issues they had. So they had this one, and they had the one that goes with it. Issue number 9, another great George Perez cover. First appearance of the 3rd cheetah. I already own this book, so if somebody really needed it or anything, just let me know. We could work out something. But I don't own a copy of this one, so it's not up for trade right now. But I couldn't leave it for $1, and they were both near each other, so I just said, I'll just grab it. I already own this book too, so if somebody needs it, I just got to check to see which one's in better condition. But it's the special edition, The Rocketeer by the GOAT, Dave Stevens. It's funny, I'm watching these videos and stuff. And it's like, oh, he's still popular, right? He's never not been popular. Man, it's just, and plus you get the artwork, Dave Stevens artwork inside. Man, you can't. That dude was just a straight up killer when it came to drawing books, and especially drawing covers. So yeah, but if anybody needs a copy of this, let me know. Work something out. the theme of this, I should just call it, yeah, I'm buying books I already own, but I found this for $1. I decided to pick it up. Again, Young Blood, issue number 2, the first appearance of Prophet by Rob Liefeld. I already own both covers. There's like a purple dressing where it says Young Blood. But for $1, I decided to pick it up because I can't remember mine having some pretty rough creases. And this one isn't that much better, but there's like no color breaks or anything. So I wanted to, for $1, I don't mind upgrading it. Then I'll just, possibly trade for the other issue away. But speaking of Young Blood, I already own the first printing of this. This is the second printing. And I'm like, they made so many of these damn books in the 90s, these image books especially, that they actually needed a second printing of that. It was just mind-boggling. Just imagine how many they sold. But yeah, you can see, me personally, I'm a fan of Rob Liefeld's art. Especially for the time when he in the early 90s, this was just like my stuff. So I think there's a new Youngblood series coming out that Rob Liefeld's in charge of, or he bought the rights back. I'm not 100% sure, but I might check it out. I think I know I own the first 4 issues of Youngblood. And I think it goes on for like 10 or 12 issues. I'm not 100% sure, but not that I'm going to go run and pick them all up or anything, but it's nice for nostalgia. Next up, The Tales of Terror. Yeah. Looks like Pinocchio there. He's not telling any more lies. Yes, I was reading this. I love these old Pacific comics, Eclipse comics, especially their horror stuff, because they were really like fucking, brutal. I'll show you the last story here. This is pretty cool. So it's written by Tim Truman. And it's called Clean Kill. So obviously we got this stalker looking dude looking for a young lady, I guess. And then he finds her and he wants to show her axe, you know. That looks like my dating profile. But yeah, obviously he does what he does there. He's a real mama's boy. Yeah, loves his mother. Cooks her dinner. We never see his mother in this story, but yeah, he's constantly talking to her. So yeah, he makes a nice meal. Yeah, and then starts going through the lady's purse, through the jacket, then he finds a letter. Then he drops the letter. He finds out the lady has leprosy. And that she was waiting to be taken away to an island. That's why you see the suitcase right there. So, a good story. You can tell it during the holidays. But yeah, Tales of Terror. They don't make them like they used to. Speaking of terror, I basically had 9 books total, I think, at the time. Or no, from this dealer, I bought $5 worth of books. I had 4 books that I already picked out, and I was looking for something else. And I'm like, oh, I don't own any freaking Archie books besides Afterlife with Archie, which is basically a horror book. So I figured, what the hell, I'll just buy this one. It's Betty and Veronica Archie's Girls. So, not that I'm gonna go out and buy a bunch of Archie or anything like that, but it's nice having a part of comic book history in my collection. Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I don't own any Archie books. Well, I take that back. They're still horror books like Jughead, The Hunger, Bay Veronica. I'm trying to think. I know I gave Riggs away my one free comic book day copy, but it's a modern Archie. Yeah, I think this is it. So I just never had any reason to buy it, but I figured, I needed one more book, and then there was nothing else really catching my eye, so I decided to pick this one up. So these next 3 books came from the same dealer. I only need issue 2 to complete this run of Dawn. So this is Dawn issue number 4. Dawn issue number 5. I already own this one. It's autographed. So, like I said, with my autograph issues, I don't like to keep my autograph books with my regular books. So, perfect. And last up, Dawn issue number 6. So I only need Dawn issue number 2, I believe it is. 100% sure. But yeah, so I'll have the complete run. From the Bad Girl era. Oh, it's funny. There's a little story with this too. I forgot them. So as I was picking these books up, if you've ever been to flea market stuff, there's dealers, tables set up right, literally like 2 feet away from each other. So this one old lady, she was like, I gotta get the other book out. So I was asked, because these were in like a 3-pack. They were in a 3-pack. All 3 of these issued in one like sleeve or poly bag or whatever. And I was like, I asked the guy how much they were, and he's like, "Oh, $1 a piece." So, yeah, $3. So I'm showing it to the guy, and this little old lady, not old, she's probably like 60 or some shit. She's like, "Oh, he likes those naughty books," because she's seen this book right here. And I was like, "What?" I was like, she was like, "Yeah, you like those kind of books?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm just joking." I was like, "Lady, if you realize what I had, because I had a little brown paper bag with this one in it." You want to see some bad stuff or naughty stuff. I should have handed it right to her. Mind your own damn business, lady. So, I didn't care. I was laughing my ass off. I thought it was hilarious. But yeah, she was saying a lot. Like, I guess I was supposed to be embarrassed. I'm like, yeah, whatever, lady. This is pretty mild compared to some stuff. Yeah. It'd be nice to have this complete collection, because this is like just an iconic 90s series. Next up, it was Marvel Milestones, another dollar book. Picked it up for one reason. It has, let's open it up. You can take a look. It has Captain America, issue number 1. I've never read it. I don't think this is the full. Is this the full story? Yeah, so it has the like I said, I never read the first Captain America issue, so I'm interested to see what it's about. You know, obviously I know what it's about, but just to finally read it. So I've never, like I said, I never read it. But this will be good enough just to read it. There's a Cap punching out Hitler there. And of course, it has Tales of Suspense 39, the first appearance of Iron Man. And the last one, these were at a totally different dealer. These were $1 a piece too. Miracle Man. He had issue number 2 also. I should have picked it up. I already own it though, but this is issue number 8. I already own this one, but mine has a blue foil. I'm not sure exactly what the hell it is. It's almost like a remark of some sort. But I didn't really care for it. I'd rather just have the plain issue. So I think that's gonna probably end up going to our friend up there, and I think he's in Detroit now. Because I know he's like a collector of that kind of stuff, so that's going in his pile that I have. But yeah, I picked up issue 8. This is the one I was really happy to get, because sometimes it can be a little tougher to get. And this is issue number 9. This is the birth issue. That's really graphic. And it can be a little bit harder to find, like some of the other books, but glad to have it in my collection. And this one, like a dumbass, I picked up issue number 10 because I literally had my phone in my hand. I looked at my CLZ app and saw that I actually already have this issue, but I picked it up for $1. It's issue number 10, so I'll look at it, and this will probably be in my for trade pile too. So if you need issue 10 of Miracle Man, let me know. Let me take a quick look inside. But I'm trying to get the original run. I think I'm only missing. There's 16 issues, so I'm missing 7 of them. I think. But yeah, I have the Marvel reprints, and I also won from Sequential Geek the hardcovers of reprinting of those books. But I just I've been trying to piece together, like I said, the original Eclipse comics version. So. Alright guys, that was my flea market haul. I'll show you the books that were in my subscription, or my or I just picked up off the shelf. And one of them ones I picked up off the shelf was this facsimile of Superman issue number 233 with the iconic Neil Adams cover. I've always wanted to own the original. I'll eventually own it, but just, as soon as I come across it for a decent price. But yeah, the thing that always sticks out to me is this leg. Because I was watching a video where Neil Adams was explaining why he really didn't care for this cover at all. And he said they wanted to put the Kryptonite Nevermore right between his legs, so he had to extend his legs so it's all out of proportion to make it wrap around it. So, and I can never unsee it. So, but now you won't be able to unsee it either. Every time you see this issue. Yeah. So finally happy to have a copy of the book in my collection. Picked up Medieval Spawn with the Matina cover. I think there was only one cover of this book, and but there was different versions of it, like black and white and all that shit. So Medieval Spawn issue number 1. I think it's only a 4-issue miniseries. I'm not 100% sure. Next up is King Spawn with one of my favorite artists right now, Puppeteer Lee. I just love his covers. I just think they're awesome. That's a pretty sick cover. Yeah, so you can take a look at what's going on in Spawn there. There you go. And speaking of Spawn, we got issue 364. Hell Hath Arisen. Who's the cover by? Melee. Brett Booth is a really good artist on this book, man. In my opinion, he's definitely one of the top 5 artists that have worked on this book. That's just cool. Alright guys, that's my haul. I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody checking out my CD, DVD, vinyl, / whatever update. This Friday, I should have a new video out. It's going to be a merch haul from the 2 shows I saw, and I guess it'll be a month ago now, or pretty close to it, that I saw in April. So I appreciate all the support with people checking those videos out. Do a lot of the facing the camera with that, but with comic books I always try to do it this way. The camera just looking at the books. But again, thanks for all your support. I really appreciate it. Definitely check out my Instagram if you get a chance. I'm going to try to put something on there tonight for I have to edit this. But thanks again, and I'll talk to you next time.